Hi, good afternoon. This is Ira Sahai back again with another dLife course review video. I have with me today Dr. Jyoti Pandey, who is a diabetes educator, a homeopathic doctor, a member, and now a certified metabolic health coach from dLife. She's currently working in a pre-research non-clinical field in oncology. Based out of Mumbai, let's talk to Dr. Jyoti Pandey. Welcome, Dr. Jyoti. How are you today? You're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Hello, Ira ma'am. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so Dr. Jyoti, such a illustrious background, and you're already seeing people, I assume, patients, and you're also doing a lot of research in your field. How come, you felt the need to study nutrition additionally to what you already are, certified and qualified in?
I already have a medical background. That is one of the things, and I have two reasons for this. Partly is personal, and partly is professional. Professional is because initially I used to refer all my patients with diabetes, PCOS, and thyroid disorders to other dietitians or to my colleagues who have already done a nutrition course, because I'm not an expert to talk about nutrition, so I would refer them to my colleagues. But later I realized that it'll be better if I know something about nutrition. And in fact, I had to refer my mother, who's a diabetic, and my sister also to other one of my friends who is a doctor and who has also done nutrition, the course on nutrition. So that was one of the things that I can myself start seeing patients who actually need lifestyle changes. So that was one of the reasons. Other is a bit of personal reason, wherein I have seen most of my life having a struggle with weight fluctuation, a lot of weight changes in my life. Like during my teen years, I had gained. Suddenly, I had gained, like in a year, I had gained 10 kgs. And then after that, I went on to become, I went in medical college. Somehow I would gain and I would lose. And actually, uh, when COVID hit, some 4 years ago, that time I was always into some sort of a physical activity. So I started a workout routine at home, and I was doing very well. I lost weight there. That was completely cardio and other HIIT workout, because I did not have access to weights. And I started enjoying it. But when the lockdown lifted, I again gained weight. My eating habit was the same, maybe because I started eating outside food, and in lockdown we would not get outside food. That was one of the things. But somehow I thought that in spite of working out, I'm again gaining weight. And then I had my share of mental health issues. I had to deal with a lot of anxiety and panic attack issues during lockdown because of all the things that was going on outside. I was seeing patients. My mother was detected with, she was COVID positive. She's diabetic. I had this tension that I was a little stressed because she already has comorbidities. And again, with this infection and everything going on, it took a toll on me mentally. And I was very upset. And I was actually, that anxiety issue went on for a very long time. That led to a lot of breathing issues. That was completely psychological. And I had this fear that I am facing some heart problem or some lung issues. And that was all, it was all made out of my mind. It was completely psychological. I was so afraid. And then after a few months, I had my BP shot up because of the constant fear. That was a chronic stress that went on for almost 10 months. I took therapy, a lot of things I did. And then eventually I joined gym. I thought I'll do some strength training that will help me. For 1 year, actually, it helped my anxiety. My anxiety had completely gone down. Everything was fine. For the first year, I again lost weight. I gained some muscles, and I could see some definition. I was very happy. Another second year of being in the gym, again, I gained weight. Now I do not know the reason why I gained weight again. And this weight fluctuation led me to think there is something in my nutrition which is actually and I'm a complete vegetarian at home. Like I can't eat or non-veg at home. That is one of the restrictions. So all my diet was completely carb loaded diet that I realized later on in life. Later on, as in like as I was looking for the different courses that I could do. So that time that led me to think that I should do some course on nutrition. To be honest, ma'am, in the 8.5 years of me being in the medical college, I do not remember getting exposed to nutrition in a great extent, because we would be taught about what is carbohydrate, protein, fat, like just brief thing about it. What is Krebs cycle? But what is Krebs cycle? Like how is it related to the daily life? That I came to know from the course. To be honest, that I'll come back to it later. But that is one of the things that I'm really grateful for. So that is why I did my own research, and I looked for different courses. One of my friends, she was doing a functional nutrition course. She gave me a contact of one of her colleagues or friends. From her, I got in touch with Shashikant sir. And then I actually had no idea about dLife that time, and because of a lot of research that I did, and honestly I'm not on social media, so Twitter is something that I'm not on. If I were on that social media, I would have come to know about this course very early. But unfortunately, and I'm thinking now to be back on social media. So that time I got in touch with sir. Sir told me about his story about him being from pharma industry, and then completely transforming as a metabolic health coach, and him, how did he transform his, that was quite inspiring, that how being diabetic and how he's completely off medication, completely on this lifestyle that we get to see when we go through the course. So that was, I did not even think twice that I should go ahead and look for some other course. I Then sir gave me the contact of Anup sir. I got in touch with him. He told me about the course, the course structure, how will this go. It is self-paced, so it was something which was favorable for me also, because of the full-time job, and so I would study most of the time on the weekend, so that was good for me. And that is how I came here. And one more thing I would like to say, when I had recently switched my job, so there was a difficulty for me to pay the complete the fees. But Anup sir gave me that convenience of how I can actually pay my fees in installment. That was actually quite convenient for me. So that was something which was very helpful. So that's how I came to know that people will be there to help you, even if you have some kind of problem when it comes to paying out the fees, or when you need a support while going through the course. So that was first thing that I saw, and I did not even think twice. I was ready to start with the course, so I enrolled. That's how I enrolled. That was in September 2023 that I enrolled for this course.
Great story there, Dr. Jyoti, and so inspiring that you've been able to turn around your own health, and I'm sure you're helping out a lot of people. And you've already told us how you came to D-Life. Now that you're already certified and having a medical background, please tell us, how did you find the course itself? What are the USPs? Because you just talked about, nutritionists and how you used to send people to nutritionists and dietitians. And now that
Right.
you've done the course, I'm sure you will know the difference between generic average dietitians and nutritionists and a metabolic health practitioner or a coach. So the low carb approach, to reverse metabolic conditions or to improve blood markers, this is not taught to them, and this is where this is the USP of the course. So being from that background, tell us, how did you find the course itself?
So as I said before, that in my medical years, I have actually not been exposed to so much about nutrition that I was able to in this 6 months that I did the six months diploma course of dLife. So the course is very extensive. It is quite exhaustive. You actually need to dedicate your time to study, because it's not something that they have just touched base on certain topics and then you're done with it, because every chapter is interlinked, and every chapter has that material section where you have more links and more references to the source which is given in that. And something that I really liked was the videos which are embedded in each chapter of the course. That was something that was actually a myth buster for me also. A lot of things I learned there, uh, like for example about that LDL thing, which me as a doctor, I would always be very critical about. Okay, the LDL level is pretty high, but here I came to know it is not just that, and it is not what we see on the blood work is not actually true, that we have been taught for a very long time. That was an eye opener. And all the videos I have really liked seeing those videos. All the doctors who have taken that seminar or the workshop, they were all new to me. I have never heard of them, but because of those references, I have gone and I've seen all other videos also of them, because they were very different from what I have been actually having in my mind. So that is something which I really liked about the course, because it is certain things which are not very streamlined, which you will see very not. It's not conventional what we see in other courses, because I did all the research myself to understand what the courses are providing outside. And other thing is the forum, which is the platform where everyone is there, like even if a new enrollee or a new member who has some problem with their blood work or their client's blood work, people would put their some query, or they would just put some discussion, and there will be someone to answer you. It would be the mentors, or it would be anyone, old members of dLife, or anyone, somebody will be there. And what I really liked is, because I was seeing a client yesterday, and that person was vegetarian. So there was this recipe section on the forum. I was looking for the vegetarian recipe that I can provide to my client. So that is also very helpful, very hands on. Like I have it just on the forum. I can go and I can look for, because one has to be very creative when it comes to eating something in veg, and it's very difficult to ask them to eat, request them to get into some habit of eating eggs or something. It's very difficult to transform that part. So at least to get into something where they can eat in vegetarian, it needs to be very one has to be very innovative. So that recipe section is very helpful. Different people with different taste, what they like. If they like to have sweets, you'll get every section where there are different baked food that you enjoy, even cake, brownies, but that will not be the traditional one that we get in the store. It is all different than what we eat. So people get a lot of options. So that recipe section is something that has helped me also. I had to be very innovative while I had when I had to post recipes. That helped me to think outside the box, as what will I do as a vegetarian, what will I be providing. So yeah, that section. And then there are a lot of success stories that you read about on the forum, which is very inspiring. It is very inspiring. Other thing is the WhatsApp group that is so this is such a lively interactive group, that people with even small and silly doubt, people would ask, and somebody will be there to approach or answer to that question. So there has been support everywhere. I feel you will get support, even probably if you are out of the learning phase and you're completely outside the world, looking like seeing clients, patients. There also, if one is stuck, they can ask that question on the forum, and you can tag your mentors, and even if not the mentors, somebody will be there to answer, like all the old members or new members, whoever, whatever they know, like their expertise. There will be different expertise opinion on the discussion or the query that you have posted. So that is something which I really like.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Jyoti. And I will just extend that point further. dLife, being the biggest LCHF platform in India, the oldest and the only award-winning one, it is also the single biggest LCHF platform, especially for Indian low carb in the world. In that, on that forum and on that platform, we have about 2,000 plus original low carb keto recipes, vegetarian and non-vegetarian both, which is again the biggest collection of low carb Indian recipes in the world. We have been highly recommended and applauded by low carb stalwarts like Dr. David Unwin, Dr. Gary Fetke, lots and lots of people who have reviewed the dLife, platform, and they still recommend it. They still, guide their patients to try those recipes. So it is a gold mine of Indian low carb recipes. So, Dr. Jyoti, tell me lastly, what would your advice be to people who are either interested in nutrition, and especially to people, doctors like you, who are already, in this space, and you're working with people. Why should they do this course, and how will it help them?
I personally believe that in every family, one family member should should have some adequate knowledge about nutrition. They need not be from science background, or they need not be medico to have that knowledge. One who's from a commerce background or from any background, it is especially the course. It is written in such a manner, it is written in such a simple language that a person who is not a medico, there's not very heavy terminologies, medical terminologies that will make you think whether this is made only for people who have or they have background, medical background already. It's not the case. The way it is written, it is, they have simplified in such a manner that even someone who's from a non-science background can pursue the course. And for medicos, I feel that definitely one should go ahead. If even if you do not want to see patient, you should have that adequate knowledge on nutrition, because what we learn is nothing in the like, I personally feel there should be a course, or there should be some subject which is completely dedicated to nutrition. Unfortunately, it is not the case when it comes to medical syllabus. So one should have adequate knowledge, and a doctor should definitely go and pursue such course. And they should pursue it from personally, my suggestion would be from this dLife course, because it is made in such a simplified manner, at the same time too extensive. It is not just for the name of it that you want to put in front of your name, just a degree, but it is something which will give you a lot of things more than just the degree. You will learn a lot here. So yeah, this is what I feel.
And dLife, why dLife? I would elaborate on that, because dLife is the only course in India that is legally tenable. In this space, there is no other course in India that gives you legal tenability to practice as a metabolic health coach or practitioner. It is the world's biggest course. We have been accredited by CPDSO UK with 60 credits. That's the biggest in the world. So if you're in India, if you're overseas, this is the course that you should be doing, that you must do if you're looking at low carb nutrition and metabolic health. And currently we have enrollees from 18 countries enrolled with us, because we are the biggest force in the world. So in India, you are legally covered, and you are also covered through the CPD certificate that's valid in 40 plus countries. So overseas enrollees get this by default. Indian coaches certified through dLife can also opt for the CPD certificate, and they can also practice overseas as well. So there is no other course that is parallel, be it in India or abroad, overseas. There's no other course that's parallel to dLife. So, thank you, Dr. Jyoti. But before we go, I'll just probably sum it up for people who are interested in doing this course. So, as Dr. Jyoti said, we are the most exhaustive course on low carb nutrition and metabolic health. We have the largest content on low carb nutrition and metabolic health that any other course can have. 800 plus references, 200,000 plus words, 60 relevant videos. There's lifetime access to the course, and there's a complimentary additional 6 months access to the forum from the start of internship. There is no recertification clause after you've done the course. The course is legally tenable in India. In fact, this is the only legally tenable course in India if you're talking about low carb nutrition and metabolic health. It is also CPDSO UK accredited biggest 60 hours credit to our course. We are also the SMHP approved CMHE provider. Uh, on the forum itself, that comes complimentary on just enrolling to the course. The forum access is given complimentary to all enrollees. Again, remember, we are the biggest LCHF platform, and the data there is 10 years of premium curated data that nobody else in the world has, especially in Indian low carb. So there on the forum, you will find 3,000 plus combined success stories, which are all searchable, and you can see how step by step each case was handled and guided. There are 2,000 plus original low carb keto recipes that Dr. Jyoti just talked about. You use it for yourself, you use it for your clients. It's a gold mine. There are 200 plus podcasts of various success stories and other discussions on low carb nutrition or metabolic health. There is one of the biggest libraries in the world on the same subject is dLife. So we have a huge low carb resource material to read from. As it is, the course has many references to it. So, as Dr. Jyoti also talked about. So, uh, other things are, listed in the library that we continuously keep updating. There's a robust forum of discussion and long threads. So anybody has a client, anybody has to post their blood work, can initiate a new discussion there, and all mentors and certified coaches are present there. Besides that, there's a very vibrant WhatsApp group that's active, talkative, and bubbling with excitement 24/7, of which Dr. Jyoti and I both are a part of, and we have a great time there discussing things, sharing knowledge, and everything under the sun. Dr. Jyoti, I thank you so much for coming over and speaking to us. You've brought in a very new perspective. Of course, other doctors have also spoken about it, but coming from this the background that you have, it makes your participation even more significant. And I hope so many people, so many doctors out there would understand, would listen to this video, watch this video, and understand the significance of learning low carb nutrition and metabolic health, which is the only way to improve or reverse metabolic symptoms. Any last words there, Dr. Jyoti?
Thank you, ma'am. Just one thing that I'd like to say, this is a very self-paced course, but it is doable. It is you. One can finish it within 6 months. One has to be very dedicated. They should have some schedule to finish the course, and yeah, because that is something because it was self-paced. I took my time. I did it on my pace, but yeah, it is completely doable. One will be able to finish within 6 months. It would look a little overwhelming in the start because of a lot of knowledge, but as you go further it becomes very easy. And obviously everybody is there to help you out, like on the forum and the group on WhatsApp. So yeah, like support system, there is a huge support system. So yeah, that is something that I'd like to highlight to people who would join here, and they might find it a little overwhelming in the start, but it is not like that. It is pretty simple as you go further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dr. Jyoti, if anybody wants to reach out to you, would you give out your Twitter handle or whatever social media handle or phone number or email through which they can reach out to you?
Unfortunately, as I said before, I'm not on social media. Like, I'm not on Twitter. I will definitely be creating an account here, because I see a lot of dLife members are pretty active, and I would also like to be the part of it. And definitely in the near future I'll be adding that. I have my email ID that I can give. If one has to reach out, they can reach there. Dr. Jyoti Pandey 92 at gmail.com. So
Thank you
that
so
will
much.
be.
And thank you so much. And just to let viewers know, there are currently 38 doctors enrolled with us and 18 countries enrolled with us. Many IITians, engineers,
Right.
scientists, defense personnel, nursing staff, and anybody who has interest in nutrition or who wants to live pill-free, disease-free, and help themselves
Absolutely.
and people in the community around them. So thank you so much. This is Ira Sahai and Dr. Jyoti Pandey signing off, and I'll be back again with another post review video very soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Have a happy weekend.
Thank you.